Hi friends, this is Layla Harris and I am here to show you how to assemble this fun Easter card that is a round circle shaker card. Shaker cards are a window with acetate and a foam bumper that holds up the acetate, and then you can fill them with sequins or other fun bits and bobs to make a fun interactive card. Today I am using silver sequins. Okay, to get started, go ahead and fold your card base. I'm using a bone folder to make that fold really nice and flat for this card. Next, I'm going to adhere my base, which is A2 size, actually it's a 1/4 inch smaller, 4 by 5 1/4, down with a little bit of adhesive. Next, I am attaching this fringe die cut from a retired border set we used to have as grass, and I will be cutting it down to 4 inches wide so that it just goes right across the pattern paper. When I adhere this section of grass down, I'm only to put adhesive on the very base part where it was not die cut. Here I'm trimming it down because the kits I made were about 5.5 inches worth of grass and we only need 4 inches. Go ahead and fringe up the grass to give it a little bit more texture. Next, I'm going to adhere the little chickie that's at the bottom of the card in the grass. Honestly, I would do this at the end because you're going to see me struggle with some of the foam when I remove the circle. And by taking out little bits of foam squares from the center of the shaker card ring, it actually makes it a little bit harder to get the shaker off. But for the video here, I'm just going to show you how I just placed one square of foam under the chickie and placed him in the grass. I'm demonstrating here that if your chick doesn't have an eye, go ahead and use a black marker and fill in the eye. Okay, now let's get started on the shaker element. So you're going to need the base circle, the ring, and the acetate, as well as the foam. The outer part of the foam has a ring for the shaker card. And what I'm doing here is I used just a toothpick because I know everybody should have some toothpicks in their house. Otherwise, you can use a poking tool that's part of your craft tools and go around the edge of your foam ring to break it loose from all the other ones. Then carefully peel up. You will see me struggle with this one because those missing squares of foam actually caused it to be a little bit unstable. So do the ring first and then do use these center squares. And that what happened here is that one of the little edge pieces stuck to my foam ring, which it never does if I haven't pilfered any of the foam squares out of the center. What I ended up doing for this one is that I just used my nonstick scissors and cut off that chunk of three-dimensional foam triangle that was from the edge of the circle, and then went ahead and adhered it down. These circles are the same size as the white piece that I die cut from the shaker card thin cuts. So they should fit, and if they don't fret too much because the purple ring that goes on top will hide a lot of mistakes. Okay, once it's adhered down, go ahead and add some of the powder from your embossing buddy or anti-static pouch. This is going to help take away any of the extra stickiness from the sides of the 3D foam. If you don't have this product, it's okay, or you can use a little bit of baby powder with a paintbrush. Now I'm going to add some sequins, and for this, less is better. If you fill up a shaker card with these big fat sequins, it will not shake. And in fact, I actually really prefer some of our newer sequins. We have some little iridescent blossoms and our little gold and silver stars, and some micro beads that really work well and move freely in these shaker cards. Once you've added about a quarter to a half a teaspoon of the sequins, which I gave way too much for 3 cards in my kit to my customers, go ahead and flip over a few of the sequins if that's the way you like them. We've been calling these backside of the sequin butts. Sequins should be looking like a bowl if they're face up. Push all of your sequins to the center, and when you've done there, grab the acetate. This is double-sided, and one side of it has a film on it. We're not going to take the film off, but we do need to figure out what side is up. So I'm using that toothpick to scrape up one edge of the film. And if you look at the film and look at its reflection, you will see that one side is really shiny and one side is filmy, which is actually the film side. And it doesn't give you as good of a reflection. We want that side up, but we don't want to take the film off because it does create a lot of static. So peel off the ring, place your acetate down, and now you can take the film off. And if you see closely in this video, you'll actually see the sequins jump around a little bit because of the new static that was created when you pull that plastic acetate off. If you give these sequins a few hours or a day or two, they will stop sticking to the acetate. Now we are ready to put the ring over top of the foam, and this is going to hide anything that isn't quite lined up, and it's going to make a really nice porthole window. For this, you can either use adhesive like the liquid glass, or you can use Tombow. I chose to use a combination of both because the dot adhesive holds now and the liquid glass holds forever. Liquid glass is a good thing to use if you have kids playing with these cards, and I do think these are kid-friendly cards. At this point, we can put our shaker onto our card base. So just go ahead and use either liquid glass or some Tombow to adhere it. When I adhered it down, I made it equally spaced from left, right, and top sides of my card. One of the things you'll want to pay attention to, since this has a sentiment in it, is to make sure the sentiment is straight. I've made a couple of these Easter cards and the sentiment is crooked, and I notice it. I'm not sure if my recipients will notice it or not. Now I'm going to adhere the bunny onto the shaker window with half of the bunny off of the shaker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these rounded edge pieces, and I'm going to put a piece along his cheek and on his left ear, and then I'm going to put Tombow on the rest of him, so that, or liquid glass, so that he sticks to the shaker. Once you have your bunny on, go ahead and add the bow. I've included 6, 3 for cards and 3 for the baskets, but in my examples I only used 3 of them. And now you have your shaker card done and completed. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, leave one in the comments or on the post that you see this video. Thanks and have a great day.